Burger King has been fraudulently and falsely depicting their new grilled hot dogs as being larger than the buns. This is patently false. The hot dogs that I received are shorter than the bun. Way shorter. Their website, in-store color menu, and even the packaging illustrate a hot dog that clearly protrudes beyond the ends of the bun. My hot dogs were half an inch shorter than the bun at each end. False advertising and misleading imagery. BK, you are a fraud. Parked at rear of Burger King. Went across the road with family to look around and returned 20 minutes later to purchase dinner and noticed car was gone. Went inside to ask manager of Burger King if he knew and he smiled about our plight. I was told that because I was not with the vehicle, it can be towed. I asked how long I had to park there and no one could tell me. Needless to say, they did not get my business. However, online towing did. The cost equated to $226, and the car was taken over 20 miles to a storage facility. Apparently, this is legal to do here in Houston. To give some context, a police officer and taxi driver told me to watch myself where I was, due to the kind of people around. Both crackheads and try-hard gangsters. Not my words, mind you. I was with my wife and 3 young teenage boys visiting from Australia, left without a car in a place that a police officer warns against, thanks to online towing. I live near the Burger King on Northwest 23rd and Meridian. I loved coming to eat here. I would bring my family. It was a clean environment, smiling staff. The manager in the white shirt was friendly. Then I found out some disturbing news I just had to warn everyone about. Don't let that Captain Kirk look fool you. I found out by watching the people he has around that he is a part of the Aryan Brotherhood. One of the black females came to me and said this. She said he drugs the food of all the black female employees and has strange and various sexual relations and encounters with them. If anyone doesn't cooperate, he holds their employment over their heads. He did this to the lady who told me this. She gave me a warning that he has a gang symbol tattooed on his right butt cheek. She saw that when he was done harming her and he was walking away. So avoid this man. He is a major scumbag. And the next time he smiles at your lady, if she fits the profile of what he likes to control, ask yourself, what is that crazed sex freak thinking of doing to her? I have stopped going there with my family, as I have a pretty teenage daughter, and I would strongly encourage you to do the same. I will gladly walk a little further to ensure the safety of my family. Someone from Daytona, Florida posted a ludicrous reply to my complaint against Burger King. I think she is either an employee of Burger King or just someone who has nothing better to do. I did finally get through to the corporate office, and the person I spoke with was a moron. No, I do not have hypertension from sausage, and yes, I despise illegal aliens. And no, I am not a bully. I just expect to have my order done correctly, not be argued with by a manager when I am being polite and am in the right. And I'm really happy Arizona is passing laws to get rid of these illegal parasites out of their state. Hope all the other states do the same. And for some reason, here's a picture of an old lady that I attached to this report. Last night, while on my way back home from Miami to Tampa, my mother and I decided to stop by the drive-thru, which means we didn't not have the time to stop and eat. As I pulled up, I ordered a Whopper combo, cut in half, light mayo and Dr. Pepper, as well as my mother a small coffee, 2 creams and 2 sugars. Then I was told they do not cut Whoppers in half, so they suggested giving me a knife to cut the Whopper, not to mention I had to get back on the highway while cutting my Whopper, in which the 2 ladies that had served me still did not supply me with the knife I had asked for. My mother had to go inside the restaurant and get one for me. So while cutting my sandwich uncomfortably in my car, mother went to sip on her coffee, in which she made a face and said, hey, did not put sugar, as they were asked. So now that was the 3rd and final straw, not having my way. After the young lady cashed my order, I had to ask for a receipt, in which she responded with, the machine does not print receipts. Are they serious? My first job was at Burger King, and I've always been taught the customer's always right. I guess not in Naples. This Burger King restaurant is a disgrace to the entire chain after realizing what it is they do to their customers. I know for a fact I will never eat here again. On multiple occasions, this Burger King goes the extra mile to charge you for additional condiments in which they rarely even put on your food. If you charge 300 people 50 cents for cheese on a Whopper, and then they get home and there is no cheese, that's stealing. That's $150 that they are stealing from customers, and this happens on numerous occasions. On top of that, they charge you 25 cents for honey mustard if you don't buy chicken tenders. Who are they to determine what it is that you eat with what? Yesterday I went to this Burger King and I was even finished asking for my condiments. Jenny, the manager, slammed the window in my face. What kind of customer service is that? Isn't Burger King's slogan something like "have it your way"? I blew my horn and told her my issue nicely, and she re-slammed the window in my face and walked away. She was the manager at that. Who do you report her to? I work in the business if dealing with people, and if I had that attitude, I wouldn't have a job. I feel really let down by Burger King, frowny face. And I've never been a racist. But how do you hire all Spanish-speaking people who get upset with you because they don't understand any English? I want my money back, and it will never go back there. And even when they offer you to pay for the sauce, they say it like they want to discourage you from taking it. They throw it at you. I'm just done.
I pulled up to the drive-thru about 20 minutes ago. It is 1:21 a.m. now on this November 23rd, 2011. And noticed on the drive-thru order-up menu that BK stackers were $1 for single, $2 for double, and $3 for triple. I tried to order 2 of these value burgers, and while the order is being rung up on the teleprompter, the price in queue was $128 each instead of $1 each for the single stackers. I tried to talk to the clerk and seek out a manager or supervisor, but to no avail. The manager had no idea about the price gouging of the stacker that was clearly labeled as $1. There was a bright and shiny and plain advertisement on their window before I pulled up to pay for just my side salad. I did not get a receipt and could not complain through the feedback that is often given in their receipts. The service was just deplorable. They tried to rip me off.
Friday nights are so dangerous in this Gilbert Burger King. I'm so upset with Burger King. Last Friday, August 11th at 8:15 p.m., my friend and I, both mature women, went to the Burger King number 5974. Our order was placed at 817, order number 17. At that time, there was a group of kids obviously not old enough to drive. They were loud and horsing around. While we were in line, one boy came up and asked for more water cups. Our server, Geraldo, gave him some and told him he could not give him any more cups. While we're playing, we heard the sound of ping-pong balls bouncing around the restaurant. The kids were playing a form of pong. They began to roughhouse physically, began to push each other into the booths. More kids arrived, and chaos erupted. The ping-pong balls even bounced in Outbooth. Outbooth was a curved one facing the drink dispenser, and we were able to observe one boy with a Burger King cup, filling his and pouring it into the water cups. It was so loud we never heard them call our number. Janet went to pick up our order, and it was just sitting there, and it was cold! Just as Janet picked up our food, a boy on a white BMX-style bike came cursing in and rode his bike around inside the Burger King. Along with him, a few more kids came and the noise, routines, and inappropriate behavior. At one point, about 30 minutes, a few of the group left, and we decided to leave. Just as we place out garbage in the cans, the group came back. I need to use a white cane for mobility. I have low vision. We were blocked in and had to ask the kids to make space so we could leave. They made some rude comments as I was trying to navigate to the exit. On Monday, August 14th at 2 p.m., I called the Burger King and asked to speak to the manager, someone named Giovanni, who refused to state his last name or spell his name, claimed to be the general minter, say he was working on that Friday, and that he did not remember it being loud or anyone riding a bike in the dining area. Well, he boldly lied to me. He stated it felt it was okay for the kids' hangout. He didn't even address the cold food. When I mentioned the liability if someone got hurt, he just laughed. I asked him what was Burger King's policy on loitering. He said he didn't know. I was shocked when he stated he has only been the general manager for a few weeks and did not know any of rules. I then called Burger King's customer relations number. I got someone named Lords. She was not very sympathetic and never apologized for the horrific experience and/or cold food. I asked her who was the franchise owner. She stated she was not allowed to tell me, but she would contact him and have him contact me in the next 24 to 48 hours. She never gave a case number. I waited until 2:30 p.m. today, Friday, August 18th. To recontact the customer relations department. This time, I got Sherika. She looked up my complaint. She put me on hold to read it. She came back on the line and stated she would recontact the franchisee owner. She did not feel it was unreasonable that I had not been contacted in 5 days. I asked to speak with a supervisor. She put me on hold and came back and said there was none available. I stated I would hold until one was. She stated a supervisor would call me back, but she did not know when. I told her it was not acceptable and I would blast Facebook, Twitter, Yelp, and Ripoff, and I will contact the health department about the cold food. I persisted, and about 3 to 5 minutes later, a supervisor named Dennis came online. He was the first person to apologize. He stated he was emailing the owner, the district manager, and the general manager. Obviously, it is not Giovanni. This episode was brought to you by old people. Just entitled ass old people. The kind that you hate seeing come through the door. Because you know they're going to give you hell over the smallest inconvenience on their pointless and soon to end life. Seriously, fuck you old people.